Some of you guys are aware that we like to fix things. Well, I thought I'd kind of show you my empire of dirt. This is where the stuff goes down. Give you a quick little tour, just so you can kind of get the gist of where my day-to-day happens. Anyhow, yes, there's garbage on here. She who will remain nameless may have forgotten to take the garbage out this week, so the garbage truck passed us by without emptying our bin. So maybe next time. So, spare propane, jumper cables. Got the shelf here from Costco, snap-on shelf. It seems better than the other kind of nameless brand shelves for similar price because this one has a higher load rating. What's this one here? 2,500 pounds is pretty good. I think the other ones are about 1,800 pounds, so pick this one up. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. This is. It's kind of a neat contraption. This is an Alaskan Mill. Let's see if I can pull it down here. I haven't used it. As you can see, it's still pretty shiny, but I picked it up, and basically what I can do with this is I can make lumber out of my own logs with my chainsaw. So I can use it to mill logs back and forth, and I can cut posts, I can cut beams, I can make my own table, I can do, well, whatever I can do with the chainsaw, basically. And it's just like a guide that goes on your saw. So here's my, grab my Husky here, and this thing kind of, what it does is here it clamps onto the bar being the thing that the chain runs along on the chainsaw, and you kind of, the tip of the chainsaw goes, you know, in here like this. So this is on here like this, and basically you just pin your saw, you just crank her up, and you push this along the log like that, and grab the little black handle and you push it, and you start milling lumber. And you can set your depths here on these guides, how thick of a post or a beam you want to cut. So maybe one day I'll make a video of that, because that's, you know, that's just another one of those things that takes time, and you all know how much time we all got. Don't have time till you make time. It's one of the toolboxes. You can see after a while you stop putting things in drawers and just put it on top, because, you know, that's what happens. That tool cart used to have a few spaces on it, but it's pretty full. Here, let's have a look in the top of it. What kinds of things do I have in there? A brand new Wera screwdriver. It's probably on sale somewhere. I like Wera stuff. They fit your hand. They fit my hand pretty nicely. And they seem better than most. I don't know. Allen wrenches. Adjustable channel locks. Ship auger. What else is in here? Vacuum gauge. That's cool. You can use this to put vacuum on something. And that gauge there measures the negative pressure in the vacuum of the system. Use this for diagnosing like ignition systems in cars or carburetors, all kinds of things like that. This is a piston ring clamp. So when you're putting a piston into a cylinder, you clamp this around it and it compresses the ring so you can slide into the cylinder bore. What's this? I don't know. Goggles. And then down there I just got oil and stuff for the dirt bikes. Refrigerant. All different kinds, different colored bottles for different kind of refrigerants. I believe this is 134A, and this one I can't remember. I have to look at the bottle. So yeah, anyhow, everybody who fixes things needs a big old workbench, and this one is big old because it's made of solid steel. I think that's a 3/8 plate there on the top, so, you know, if you're doing something, you can weld right to the table, or, you know, you can grind on it, you can beat on it, and it doesn't matter, it's tough. Big old record vise back when they're still made in England. You can still get record vices, but I think they come from China now. This is a number 25. This is a nice one to have. So she's nice. You can tell we torque the handle a little bit because, you know, you got to put a pipe on the handle every once in a while to beef things up. It has a quick release, so you can slide it open nice and quick. And then up here we got the old belt drive drill press. I think I want to put a VFD on this thing one day. I'll get around to it though. I have to change the motor if I do that, but then I don't have to change belts. It's a pretty good press, you know. It's got a bit of torque to it. Suits my purposes. Yeah. Power switch, light switch, burnt out. One day I might fix that. Used oil, battery charger, other toolbox. Pressure washer. Oh, there's a buzz box. Let's go have a look at that. It's an AC welder. One of a couple. You can see it hasn't been used in a while because it's got stuff on it. This is the old Sears Craftsman, I believe. Yes, see? Craftsman. This is an old one. Model number C13. 20 to 180 amps. AC welder, this one. So, it doesn't do DC, but what's cool about this one is made in Canada. You don't see that too often anymore. And then back here, it got another old Lincoln buzz box. This one's a little bit newer. 225 amps. Does the job. Got a 60-gallon air compressor because you can't do much without air. You gotta have a good air supply in the shop. And there's nothing worse than having one of those little small ones, you know, it's always running all the time. So I like to have a big tank or a big receiver, as they call it in the industry, just to, you know, so you got some capacity. Clay pigeons, ammo, just because every once in a while you have to shoot something. I'm sure you guys know how I feel. What else is up here? You know, old bolt spins and troubleshooting cases and hatchet. My old rigid stuff, since replaced with Makita. Batteries went dead. These are NiCad batteries, so everybody knows after a while NiCad batteries don't like to carry charge anymore. So, you know, you could rebuild the packs if you had the time and the energy to do so, but not gonna do that. So that drill right now is pretty useless. Probably just throw her in the trash one day. I don't know, I guess, you know, if one wanted to, take a fair bit of a power supply, but you could convert it to, say, like, maybe I'll have to do that. As a plug-in drill, you put a cord on it. Put a cord on it, rectify a little DC power supply, and maybe run this drill. Take a few amps, though, so I don't know. Might be a little future project to do one day. Oil, spray paint. All that's for making your welding abominations look real nice. That's why I carry all that paint. So yeah, there you go. You guys get the gist of it. Anyhow, see you later.